that glorious celestial body that casts a mesmerizing light over the night sky. It has captivated our imagination for centuries, inspiring countless myths, legends, and even calendars. Yes, that's right. The moon has its own calendar, known as the lunar calendar, the moon's very own way of keeping track of time. Hey guys, welcome back to Astroways. Today we're going to talk about lunar calendar. Lunar calendar has been around for thousands of years and is still used today by many cultures and religions. Today we're going to talk about the lunar calendar from the Chinese perspective. What is a lunar calendar? Why do we use the lunar calendar and how do we use it? First of all, let's define what a lunar calendar is. A lunar calendar is a calendar that is based on the cycles of the moon. Unlike the solar calendar, which is the normal calendar that we use in our daily life, which is based on the Earth's orbit around the sun. The lunar calendar follows the phases of the moon. Each month in the lunar calendar is based on the length of time it takes for the moon to complete a full cycle of its phases, from new moon to full moon and back again. This means that the length of a lunar calendar month is slightly shorter than a solar calendar month, at around 29.5 days compared to the average solar calendar month of 30.44 days. That's why on the solar calendar, most months are either 30 days or 31 days, rounded up or down to match the solar cycle. While on the lunar calendar, the months are either 29 or 30 days, rounded up or down to match the lunar cycle. The first day of the month on the lunar calendar is always the day when we have a new moon in the sky. As a result, the lunar calendar has fewer days than the solar calendar. A lunar year consists of 12 lunar months, which adds up to around 354 days. Compared to the 365 days in a solar year, this means that the lunar calendar falls behind the solar calendar by around 11 days each year. To make up for this difference, some lunar calendar, like the Chinese lunar calendar, add an extra leap month every 2 to 3 years to bring it back in sync with the solar calendar, making that year 13 months long. And that extra leap month usually is a duplication of one of the months. For example, this year, 2023, there are 2 Februaries. So if you follow the lunar calendar, you see January, February, another February, then March, April, etc. The 2nd February is a duplication of the 1st February to make it up for the days that fell behind the solar calendar. And because the length of each month is different on the lunar calendar compared to the solar calendar, you find if you ask a lot of Chinese, "What's your birthday?" they'll ask, "Which one? Lunar birthday or solar birthday?" "What? Do you have 2 birthdays?" "Oh, we do. First, the solar calendar birthday, that's just like everyone else in most of the world. If you were born on that day on the solar calendar, you have that date as your birthday every year on the solar calendar. The 2nd birthday is the lunar calendar birthday. Say if someone was born on February the 1st in 1985 on a lunar calendar, which that day falls on March the 21st on the solar calendar. So that person's lunar calendar birthday is February the 1st, while his solar calendar birthday is March 21st. Now, here comes the tricky part. The solar calendar birthday never changes. Every year, he can celebrate on March 21st. But the lunar calendar, because the month length is shorter. So by the time this person has his first birthday, which is in 1986, the lunar calendar, February the 1st, now reflects on the solar calendar as March the 10th, not the 21st, because the lunar calendar is 11 days shorter than solar calendar on that particular year. Now the year after that, 1987, the lunar calendar, February the 1st, now reflects on the solar calendar as February 28th, another 11 days shorter. This goes shorter and shorter until the lunar calendar reaches the point where, hold on, the two calendars gap is too much now. We need to duplicate a month on the lunar calendar to bring the two calendars back to the same track. This is why we have two birthdays. One is the solar calendar birthday that never changes, and the other one is the lunar calendar birthday that doesn't change on the lunar calendar either. But the date that reflects on the solar calendar always shows a different date every year. But it won't go too far. You won't find someone who has a birthday on February the 1st on the lunar calendar, and on the solar calendar it goes to September. No, that won't happen. Because the month's duplication on the lunar calendar always brings the two calendars back on track. So maximum 2 months difference between the lunar and the solar calendar birthdays. However, because of the duplication of the months, sometimes we have 3 birthdays. Like for example, we just used the person was born on February the 1st on the lunar calendar and March 21st on the solar calendar. So in 2023, he can celebrate March 21st, which is the solar calendar birthday. He can celebrate February 20th, which is February 21st on the lunar calendar. He can also celebrate March 22nd, which is February the 1st on that duplicated February on the lunar calendar. 3 birthdays, woohoo! I bet now you want to follow the lunar calendar as well. But the lunar calendar also had its quirks. For example, the start of the lunar calendar can fall anywhere from late January to mid-February, depending on the phases of the moon. This means that Chinese New Year, which marks the start of the lunar year, can fall on different days each year. To make things even more complicated, the ancient Chinese also used a solar calendar known as the Xia calendar, which was based on the position of the sun. The Xia calendar was used for agricultural purposes, and besides that, most Chinese astrology systems are actually based on both lunar and solar calendars. So when we say this year is the year of rabbit, we don't mean from January the 1st, 2023, on the solar calendar starts the year of rabbit. No. And we don't even mean from January the 1st, 2023, on the lunar calendar starts the year of rabbit. No. We mean from the first day of spring on 2023 starts the year of rabbit. Okay. Chinese metaphysics combines solar and lunar calendars together. Both calendars play an essential role in our daily lives, from agriculture to religious and cultural practices. It not only helps farmers to determine when to plant and harvest crops based on the phases of the moon, but it also used to determine dates for weddings, births, and other important life events. So the ancient Chinese, even nowadays, we have not only 1 but 2 calendars to keep track of. Can you imagine having to juggle 2 calendars in your daily life? In conclusion, the lunar calendar has been around for thousands of years and continues to be used by many cultures and religions today. Its difference from a solar calendar can be confusing and frustrating at times, but it also offers a unique perspective on the world that reminds us to stay flexible and adaptable. After all, the moon can't be tamed. What hope do we have of controlling everything in our own lives? And you're right. In astrology, one's birth chart is believed to be influenced by various celestial bodies, including the positions of the sun, moon, and planets at the time of their birth. These cosmic elements along with other environmental factors such as climate and temperature, have a significant impact on an individual's personality, life experiences, and how they respond to them. Thus, there are many factors beyond our control that shape our destiny and determine the path we must take. And with Astroways, I'm here to reveal all the hidden secrets about your destiny and bring that control back to your own hands. Subscribe my channel Astroways and I'll keep you updated. And if you want to have your personal phase reading, chart reading, or any kind of reading with me, you can email me at astroways.info@gmail.com.